The relationship between professional sports players and their fans has always been a hot topic. Whose fandom is the best? Who is the best player? Your player sucks against mine, and the list goes on and on. Fans fight with each other about whose favorite player is better, and sometimes it can get nasty. But the worst it can get is when the hate and fighting is directed towards the player themselves. The relationship between professional esports players and their fans are some of the most polarizing relationships in sports history. One day they are praised by being the best and are placed on a pedestal after having a good game. Then the next day they are considered trash and worthless to the team and that they need to be dropped. There is no middle ground for these players and their fans. You are either the best or the worst. This can take a toll on the players, and I don't think fans really understand that even though what you're saying is through a screen, there is still a real human being on the other end reading what you're saying, and it can hurt. The most recent fan hate train was against Sentinel's Valorant player, TenZ. Over the past 2 years, TenZ has become a household name for Valorant fans. He is known to be an insane duelist, especially on Jet, and even helped NA win their first Masters title for Valorant in 2021. TenZ and Sentinels did not have a great game recently against Leviathan, losing 1-2 to the Latin American team. Fans then took it to Twitter and other social medias to harp on TenZ's performance and say how he has become washed and other demoralizing comments. It turns out TenZ was suffering from a finger injury as well as tested positive for COVID. TenZ's fiancée, Kaide, who has also seen her fair share of hate comments, replied to all these hate comments asking for empathy from TenZ's fans. TenZ and all these other players are real people with real emotions, and sometimes you can't win them all, but that doesn't mean you are allowed to bring them down even lower. These parasocial relationships between fans and players have become something more negative than positive for these professional players. A reason could be having so many roster swaps and role switches teams can do during a season, which allows them to farm for the best talent possible instead of building up their own original squad to become the best of the best. This puts the pressure on the players immensely, and fan appreciation also plays a part. If you didn't perform well in a couple of the past games, you most likely will be dropped. Players are real people trying to achieve their dreams, and sometimes they may fall short, but that doesn't mean fans are allowed to beat them so far down into the ground that they can't even dig themselves out. Let's all do better to be more supportive fans to our players instead of harping on them and telling them everything they did wrong. Fans are supposed to support their favorite player, not demotivate them. If you enjoy this type of content, let us know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.